A lot of people move to the Iowa City area for work, education, to raise a family, or retire. I frequently help folks who are moving here from out of state who are excited about what Iowa City has to offer because it's a highly educated community that seems to blend the best of a smallish college town with larger city amenities. Often people have questions or assumptions about what the cost of living will be like here, figuring, hey, it's Iowa, so everything must be cheap, right? Well, let's talk about it. Today, I'm going to take a look at what the cost of living in the greater Iowa City area looks like in 2022 and how that compares to some other areas that I frequently see people relocating from. My name's Emily Farber, and I'm a realtor here in the greater Iowa City area. I create video content designed to help people looking to buy, sell, or relocate right here in the greater Iowa City metro. Cost of living is a term that refers to an index that compares to the national average, which is considered 100%. If a city has a cost of living lower than the national average, that will be expressed as a number less than 100. And if a city has a cost of living higher than the national average, the number will be greater than 100. The cost of living index is split into segments like housing, food, healthcare, transportation, and so on. Knowing these numbers helps you see how much more money or less money you'll need to live comfortably someplace as compared to the current location where you're at. Another factor to consider, especially in the world we're all currently living in, is inflation. Inflation is up nationwide, with the latest reports saying that it's up 8.5%, the highest rate since 1981, and unfortunately I can confirm that prices are up here in Iowa City too. Iowa City's overall cost of living number is 87.2. Generally, housing is the most expensive thing in everyone's budget, and Iowa City's housing is at 98.6% of the national average. If you're moving from a larger metropolitan area, you may find that our house prices are a breath of fresh air. But if you're moving from a more rural location somewhere here in the Midwest, you'll probably look at them with a sense of sticker shock. If you've watched any of my other market video updates recently, you'll know that the greater Iowa City area's housing market, much like the rest of the nation, is experiencing a strong seller's market with factors like low inventory, high buyer demand, and rising prices. Here in Iowa City, we are just about right at the national average for food prices, coming in at 99.7%. Another significant expense we can't escape is the cost of utilities, water, gas, and electricity. Iowa City comes in at 93.9% for those things. Transportation costs in Iowa City are only 68.5% of the national average. Most people would probably feel like they really need to own a car to live and work here, although I do know a couple of hardcore bicyclists who pedal year-round, even in the snow. The transportation category includes things like the average cost for car insurance, gas, vehicle maintenance, and mass transportation fare. When it comes to mass transportation, the options are limited. It's pretty much just the public bus. I don't think it matters where you live when it comes to gas, because everybody complains about the cost of gasoline. When I look at national averages for the cost of a gallon of gas, Iowa is actually sitting pretty compared to other parts of the nation, even other adjoining states. And I'm looking at you, Illinois. What the heck is going on over there? Healthcare is at 104% of the national average. I think this number being high is a little weird, considering we have a very large teaching hospital right here, the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, as well as a VA hospital and Mercy Hospital, which is an acute care and regional referral center. Miscellaneous costs for Iowa City come in at 103.6%. This includes things like goods and services that are not included in other categories. Stuff like clothing, restaurants, repairs, entertainment, and other services. When I compare Iowa City to other large metros, we can see that Iowa City is going to feel like a bargain. For example, the cost of living in Seattle, Washington is 92.4% higher than Iowa City, mostly due to housing, with the cost of a home in Seattle coming in at 219.2% more than Iowa City. If I choose someplace a bit closer, like Chicago, Illinois, the cost of living in Chicago is 23.2% more than living in Iowa City. The cost of buying a home in Chicago as compared to Iowa City is 2.4% higher. I hear from a lot of people considering a move to Iowa City from California. So let's pick a place. Los Angeles is 61.9% more expensive than Iowa City, and not surprisingly, the cost of buying a home in Los Angeles is 146.7% more. I'm actually surprised that that's not higher. Denver is overall 46.6% more expensive to live than in Iowa City, and the cost of buying a home in Denver is 132.6% more than here. Now, I'm not trying to give you the wrong idea that we live in the land of milk and honey and cheap houses here in Iowa City. If you're moving to Iowa City from just about any other town in Iowa, other than a few of the Des Moines suburbs, you are going to pay more for a house in Iowa City than you think you should. Housing in the greater Iowa City area is some of the most expensive in the state. If you'd like to know specific averages for the type of house that you're considering, reach out and I will dial in the numbers to give you the specifics that you want. If you'd like to play with a cost of living calculator, I recommend bestplaces.net or nerdwallet.com. I will link both of those in the video description box down below. If you have questions about moving in or moving to the greater Iowa City area, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. You can check out my playlist on Iowa City neighborhoods to help you get a look around, and you can download my relocation guide. I'll leave the neighborhood playlist on the end screen, which is coming up right here at the end of this video in just a few moments, and you can find the link to download my relo guide down there in the description box of this video. If you're watching on your phone, just tap the title of the video and it will pop up. I would love to be a resource for you as you plan your move to the greater Iowa City area. If you'd like to chat with me personally, you'll find my contact information down there in that description box. Hey, it's been fun, and I'll catch you later.